Curry is absolutely amazing, and if you're an anime fan that's never had, let alone made curry, then this is going to be the video for you. So let's get into it. To get started, you're going to roughly chop one onion. You don't have to cut them in any particular way, big chunks like this work just fine. Moving on, you're going to want a couple of tomatoes. I happen to have a bunch of cherry tomatoes from another video that I was filming, so I'll be using those, but you can use any tomatoes, they all work just the same. And just in case you are using cherry tomatoes, let me show you a better and much faster way to cut them. Grab two plastic lids just like this, sandwich your tomatoes in between them, and using a very sharp knife, just slice through. It's much faster than cutting these individually, and you'll get through a box so fast. For this recipe, you're going to need about 16 ounces of tomatoes. When you're ready, into a larger Dutch oven, add a little bit of cooking oil, drop in your onions, followed by your tomatoes, and sprinkle over generously with kosher salt. The goal here is that you want the salt to extract as much of the natural juices from the vegetables as possible. Cover this with a lid, and over a medium heat, just let it sit. Then after about 8 to 10 minutes, you can remove the lid and things should be looking juicy. To the juice, add 3 tablespoons of curry powder, 1 tablespoon of gram masala, 1 tablespoon of turmeric, a tablespoon of cayenne, 2 tablespoons of garlic, and I'm personally going to add some chili oil. Now, if you're a Weenie Hut Jr., you can skip this step entirely. No judgment, I swear. Then mix together until nice and fragrant, but make sure you do not burn your spices. Then cover the whole thing with 4 cups of your favorite broth. I went with some homemade chicken broth, then added 2 more cups of water on top. Then to this, add 1/4 cup of soy sauce, a 1/4 cup of mirin, and believe it or not, a 1/4 cup of apple juice, along with half a frozen banana. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, and just trust me on this. And while we're on the subject of blindly following strangers online, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and liking the video. Liking the video is truly the best free way you can support the channel. It helps small independent creators just like myself make more content for people just like you. With the plug out of the way, let's go back to mixing our curry. You're going to want to use an immersion blender to mix everything together. If you don't have an immersion blender, you can use a regular blender as well. Once everything is nice and smooth, you can add back the lid, this time slightly cracked, and let it simmer until the curry has reached the desired consistency. And that's about it. That's how you make a nice basic curry. But no one eats curry by itself. So we're also going to be making a chicken cutlet. For this, you're going to grab and butterfly 1 chicken breast, and using a meat tenderizer, you're going to hammer it out until everything is nice and just about even. Then prepare a dredging station. Simply get 1 plate, fill it with panko, crack 2 eggs in a bowl with just a splash of water, mix together to make your egg wash, and begin by fully coating your chicken in flour. When it's completely covered, shake off any excess, then dunk in your egg wash using your other hand preferably so you get that 2-hand technique going. Then transfer 1 more time and cover completely in panko. You can feel free to press in the panko, make sure everything is completely covered. We want no wet spots. Then over on the stove, fill something with your favorite cooking oil and bring the oil up to 375. Then simply lay in your chicken. You want to cook your chicken until it reaches an internal temperature of 165 as well as develops a nice beautiful golden brown crust. Then simply lay over a wire rack set over a rim baking sheet, season a little bit with kosher salt, and let it rest. Repeat with the rest of the chicken breast so you have lunch for later, then cut into your nice and crisp chicken cutlet. By now, hopefully your curry has reached its desired thickness and is ready to be ladled next to a mountain of rice. Grab as much or as little as you want, add your chicken katsu, and for a bit of color and some veggies, I've added some cabbage salad to the side, added on 1 fried egg, garnished with some beautiful green stuff, and there we have my iteration of Japanese chicken cutlet curry. This curry is delicious, and to be honest, a lot of curry is delicious. Curry is a lot more versatile in the kitchen than you might give it credit for. I've got a link to a curry udon video down below in the description for those of you who are curious to check that out. Make sure to check out some of my other anime cooking videos on screen now, and I will catch you on the next time, you bunch of nerds.